ADHD versus ZeRo. This is actually going to be interesting. It's an exhibition match, so we're going to see how this goes.
Oh, reverse. Is this reverse? I think this is reverse. That is definitely not ZeRo's Meta Knight.
Yeah, that is not ZeRo's Meta Knight. And that is not ADHD's Diddy Kong. This is another fraud match. Man, I was so excited.
Oh man, but ADHD actually, he's been putting some work into his Meta Knight. You used to be able to beat it with a lot of characters, but he was taking Nairo to last stock the other week. He won him in tournament a bunch. He 2-0'd Exact. ADHD with Meta Knight last weekend.
Why is everybody picking Meta Knight, man?
I don't think he's trying to use Meta Knight, but more so understand him. Like, for example, Vinny, he'll occasionally go Meta Knight, but he practices Meta Knight a lot. And he told me that the more he uses Meta Knight, the more he feels like he understands the angles that Meta Knight can attack from.
Right.
But either way, it was a pretty even game. I like how, since they're using the opposite character, they're not really camping as much as they normally would.
Yeah, they're not. They're just kind of going at it.
ZeRo just kind of making a wall and doing his thing. And I feel like ADHD is not using shield versus Diddy Kong, which is kind of awkward.
just refusing to use shield.
Yeah,
whatever.
We're not shielding. I use Meta Knight. I don't need a shield. But you know what? Something I do really like is that both ZeRo and ADHD, despite how high a level they play this game at, and how much tournaments and just how many hours they've dedicated themselves to, they can really just have fun. They can play with items, they can play friendlies, they can use other characters, and I think being able to play this game for fun is very important at the end of the day.
Being able to play this game for fun, you said?
Well, a lot of people, I do feel, they get into a tournament mindset and they don't enjoy the game anymore.
Well, it's just stressful. Like,
you
know, you put hours into this game and you want something to show for it, and when you don't get it, it's a really big feeling of loss. Yes.
But you know, I do think that if you do put work into this game, it will pay off. It might not be at a specific tournament, but over time it will. Everybody has a bad tournament here or there, and as I said, I really feel like the players that have been able to last for a very long time really enjoy the game. And this match is very janky.
This match is so... I mean, I'm all for having fun, but
there's a little...
This is not even an exhibition. This is just... I'm just gonna see one thing really quick.
All right. ADHD just doing a Nairo.
Oh, damn it. I can't believe they're just playing each other.
The opposite. It's very weird. Because you know what's interesting about why it's Meta Knight actually?
What?
As much as he holds shield with Diddy Kong like all the time, he just doesn't hold shield with Meta Knight. Like, wow.
That's so excellent though.
Have you ever played ADHD in Melee?
I have not. Is that like hype?
He's actually pretty good. Like, I feel like he has a couple of technical things that if he worked out, he'd honestly be really good at the game. He has a lot of talent for it. He mains Peach. And his spacing
Of course he means.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Of course he means.
Yeah. Those items.
I would love to play Peach. Peach to me is way too technical.
What? I don't like. Then I guess never made a space animal.
Yeah, no, never. I will never make a space animal.
One thing I do like about these games, though, is you don't necessarily have to play a technical character technically.
Which one?
Any Smash game, any fighting game in general, I think. Like, you definitely have an advantage if you can maximize your combos and get everything out. But
right.
If you can just do your shines and your nairs with Fox, you don't necessarily have to do what Music King does. But if you're smart and you make the right reads, you can still go very far.
Right. I've seen a lot of, like, I guess, non-technical players do extremely well. So there is a lot of validity to that.
Look at Anti, look at Ally. They have Texco, but it's definitely not that high in comparison to the other players that they would fight to win a tournament like this.
Right, exactly. I think that, what do you think is the least technical character?
I honestly, it might be Wario in this game. It might, at least out of the viable characters.
You think Wario's the least technical, really?
Yeah, Wario, D, Olimar.
I think it's D.
I don't know. I used to think that, and then I saw some of the stuff Vex is doing, and I'm just like, you know.
I think it's definitely DDD, personally.
And a lot of DDD's matchups revolve frame-perfect chain grabbing. That's really the only thing. I feel like Olimar doesn't really require any tech skill. You just learn to do that up B thing at the ledge, and then you up smash out of shield. It's all good.
Sorry, I am just trying to...
This match is really long, despite both players like...
Yeah, besides both players not even knowing how to play. Well, I guess they do know.
And that's almost game. Any solid hit is going to end it. I think that's one of the most frustrating things to deal with. Wow, ADHD is super hype. Is when you like do a move like Meta Knight's down smash, predicting a roll, and they just get the invincibility frames of the roll. Maybe they go through it, or you attack a spot dodge and you waited for it, but Falco just got away with it.
Are they finally actually playing?
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
Thank God. Now that I have this tweet out, I can focus.
All right.
Okay, so we have ADHD versus ZeRo. I think that this matchup, I mean, time and time again, Wyatt has
triumphed over
absolutely impressed me versus Meta Knight. Like,
that's a
I mean, again, that is a real big understatement, but Wyatt to me is so absolutely impressive versus Meta Knight. Now, as a Meta Knight main yourself, do you
do I what?
As a Meta Knight main yourself, do you find this matchup to be like really ultimately just strictly good for Meta Knight, or how do you feel it is?
Oh my God.
Oh.
To be honest, like I used to train a lot with ADHD when he was coming up, so I feel like I'm more comfortable in it than most Meta Knights. I do think Meta Knight wins it. Like it's pretty solid. I would say like 6-4, just like a +1 advantage. Okay. But I do think that Diddy's punishment game, especially if he just takes his time and camps and just he can maximize all of his banana locks like ADHD, he can win.
Right. Okay.
I do think in these friendlies, ADHD's kind of he's pushing the limits of what he can do aggressively by a lot. But you do have to try things in order to succeed. So
it's weird because I see either ADHD like go in,
or he just super camp.
Right, or just get destroyed. And again, this is just Expedition, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, that's why I'm trying to get
this is a round one pool, oh my God.
Yeah, if this was pools, then I don't know, man. It's over.
I do think though within the last year, ADHD, he kind of has a choking problem off stage, and he always side Bs at the same time. And I feel like the better Meta Knights have really been able to gimp him for that.
Oh, that was the game. That was...
I think we might have an actual game coming up.
No way. No way, an actual match. Thank you.
Chivo. So we got Easy versus Bleachigo. That's a New Jersey battle. And I play a lot with both of these players. Easy is he's what I would call a counter pick player. He mostly uses Marth, but he has everything from a Toon Link to a Falco to a Meta Knight to a Donkey Kong, and he can just...
Wait, that's the Ice Climber player though, right?
No, Easy.
Yeah.
No.
The
Marth.
What?
Marth.
Marth.
Yeah, Easy.
Marth versus...
Falco. Bleachigo's Falco.
Wow. Yeah, that's Bleachigo.
Yeah.
Yep. Man!
His brother plays Ice Climber.